Today we're going to be making another one of my grandmother's old recipes, and it's called bishop's bread. Why? I don't know. The ever-present mystery of why they named things they did. First, you're going to mix all the dry ingredients in the margarine. You need 2.5 cups of flour. One and 3/4 cups of brown sugar. And what you want to do is pack the brown sugar. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of margarine, but I always use butter. Because, sorry Grandma, there's some things that are better with butter. It's always helpful to take your butter and cut it into smaller pieces before you mix everything. So you can mix this by hand, you can mix it with a fork, or you can get a pastry cutter like this. I've had this forever. You just start mixing it. Because you need to get that butter into smaller pieces and get it as evenly distributed, all the dry ingredients. Then you need 2 eggs. And you're going to beat your eggs ever so slightly to the vault. Buttermilk. Now, you can, according to the recipe, use a cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and that, according to the recipe, gives you sour milk, which I guess is what buttermilk is. I have no clue. But I prefer to stick to the original recipe, so I actually found buttermilk. So you're going to take a cup of buttermilk. It takes 1/2 cup of raisins. Nuts are optional, and I choose that option. I'm using raw pecans. Mix that all together. You're going to take out 1/2 cup of your dry ingredients. Set that aside. You're going to mix everything together except for the 1/2 cup. Just pour a little bit of the wet and start mixing. And you just want to mix this until all the dry has been moistened. And make sure you scrape along the bottom, because a lot of times it hides down there. You need a 9 by 13 dish. I'm just using Pyrex, and you need to grease and flour it, and I'm using Crisco. And I use a paper towel because I don't like doing this with my fingers. And you're going to take a little flour, put it in your dish, and then I'm going to do this over the sink. There we go. Much better. Dump out any excess flour. And then once you do that, you can start putting your batter in. Also, preheat your oven to 350. And then you want to smooth it gently out to the corners. Sprinkle your 1/2 cup that you set aside earlier. And you're just gonna get it over the top. Just make sure that it's pretty well covered. And then it goes into your preheated oven, once again 350, for 35 minutes or until it's golden brown, and then or the middle springs back when you lightly touch it. So that's what it looks like. set the timer for 35 minutes. And we'll see you back in a little bit. All right, timer's going off. That looks springy, doesn't it? Golden brown. Two hip kicks.